Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong of the Dragon House. Today is February 5th. Right next to me, I have Dominic Sumner, and officially signed will be competing on our upcoming event, March 26th, at the heart of San Francisco, Keysar Pavilion. Now, Dom, let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there, who you are and where you born and raised.
My name is Dominic Sumner, and I was born and raised in Bangkok, Thailand. I moved to California when I was 14, Sacramento area, but I've been living out in the Bay for maybe 6-7 years now, and training for some time
So,
out here.
are you Thai?
Yeah, I'm half Thai and half my father's from America.
Oh, shoot. So you are half Thai.
Yep.
I always thought you were a white guy. So now, obviously, Muay Thai, it's like your home. That's like your lineage, So, at what age do you start training Muay Thai?
I actually didn't start till much later. I wasn't allowed to train violent sports, I guess, or compete in
Combat
violent
sport.
sports. Yeah, or even have BB guns or watch wrestling or play violent video games. I would get paddled. So for those kind of antics. So yeah, I never got to train until
It's from your mom or your dad to not allow you?
but both. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so it's pretty strict growing up. But when I finally first trained, it wasn't until I was about 18. I came back to Thailand as a little bit older teenager and trained one time at a gym in Bangkok.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that part of you. That's a good history to have, And now, when you start training Muay Thai at 18 years old, how long it take you to train for Muay Thai to start getting your first amateur fight?
I trained in Elk Grove at a jiu-jitsu place in my senior year of high school. And then I went to Thailand after I graduated for like 1 or 2 months, and I trained that month. And then after I took a fight, 2010 or 11 as an amateur.
Wow.
With just those 2 pieces of experience.
So you've been in the game for like over a decade now.
I guess, yeah, but I took some time in the military. I wasn't able to train, and I was overseas for a year. And there was just a lot more work at that time. I wasn't able to focus on martial arts and Muay Thai as much.
I have to say, you're one of the tallest Thai guys that I know. 6'3".
Yeah.
That's
Thais are always really surprised when I speak Thai.
Yeah.
Like how tall I am.
because most Thai guys, and I've been there, they're kind of short, So,
Yeah, but they kick hard.
well, that's true. They kick trees. That's all they do. So now, Dom, let's talk a little bit. Before we talk about your upcoming opponent, let's talk a little bit about your career. I know you have an upside down record. It's 1 win coming off 4 losses. It's pretty kind of going through a little hurdle now. So, what's the last couple years of your MMA career? What can you say about the process, the fights, and all that stuff?
I'll say that it hasn't been the easiest, and that I've faced a lot of hard opponents, but they've all been good learning lessons, and I look at it more as like a large like storybook of like pictures,
Right.
I guess, or like a long journey, and that it can't always be good things or like triumph on every page and winning on every chapter, but that there has to be hard times as well. And I think that I haven't always got the best shake, and last fight I believe was a little early.
I was there watching you when you were fighting the LFA. It was 2 months now, right? 2 months ago?
Yeah, in November, mid-November.
Yeah, 2-3 months ago. So, split of second, you kind of your knee touched the ground and you kind of pumps right back up, and then the ref just kind of jump in there and just give you a hug and then stop you moving and it stopped the fight.
Yeah, I think it was much too premature, and the ref put his weight on me, which made it even harder to stand up, but I still stood up and I was still defending myself, and yeah, I think that was pretty early. But prior to that, I was training with Coach Dave for a long time, and then I now switched to AKA for a couple of years now, and been training over there under Coach Clint and Coach Ron and Coach Javier, etc., and all the good people that come help out there.
So, do you ever think about like get a rematch with Big Al or Gonzalez?
Oh yeah, certainly. That's of all the fights, except for the one that I currently have, the rematch with Albert Gonzalez is what what I would like to fight. Certainly, that's the fight that excites me, and that I think that I should. I think no matter what, our roads will meet again.
That's pretty awesome. Well, we'll see what happens after this upcoming fight. When the dust settle, maybe I can try to reach out to Al. Maybe can have him to come up here to fight you in your home turf. So we'll see how things gonna play out. Now, this upcoming fight card, you are fighting a Charles Rodriguez, correct? I hope I pronounced his name correctly, and just signed him a couple days ago. Now, he is also a Muay Thai fighter. So, like, how do you, coming up to this match, how do you prepare for him?
I know him. I've met him a couple times. He's a real nice guy. He's good. I'm a bit of a fan actually. I admire his work in Muay Thai. I've seen he's fought Glory as well, so he's like a decorated kickboxer. It's good fundamentals, good basics. I don't mean that in a bad way, in a good way. That it's good technique and fundamentals. He's like a Muay Bo, like an aggressive fighter. He has a good right hand, good low kicks, good right knee, power kicks and stuff.
How do you see this fight? It's gonna play out since you guys both have a very similar background, that like a Muay Thai, and also like both you guys have a very similar physique. I know he's probably like 2 inches, somewhere around 2-3 inches shorter than you. How do you see this fight is gonna play out?
He's a pretty big, strong guy. He's strong in the clinch. As you said, he's like powerful and physical. I think it'll be mostly a stand-up affair, and it should be a banger, to be honest.
Do you think you might have a little bit more reach advantage on this upcoming fight?
I think that our Muay Thai styles are different. That I have a bit more of a maybe kicking distance-based style, and that his style is a little more close-up, aggressive, pressure style.
Now, on this upcoming fight, both of you guys are striking, and I know you've been doing MMA a lot longer than him. He literally just kind of started doing MMA to switching, trying to train for MMA like maybe after the pandemic. Do you think you might want to switch up the game plan and maybe trying to take him to the ground to like drown him from there, because he might have a less experience on the groundwork versus you? Do you ever think about going that route?
Mrs. Zhong, I don't really show up to grappling day. It's kind of the day I stand back. I don't show up that day. I sleep in that day, so I don't really grapple that much. I mean, I know a couple moves here and there, but maybe I feel like I'm prepared everywhere, and that yeah, we'll see. Who knows?
Every time I'm watching you fight, your feet's on the ground, you're throwing bombs, you're throwing kicks. So, I mean, this is one of those special occasions. That's why I'm curious. And, of course, I'm sure your coach, your team will have a perfect game plan. It's good to prepare for this upcoming fight. But I'm excited. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of, Charles. I'm a fan of this matchup. That's why I want to put this fight towards the end of the main card. So, hopefully can draw a different demographic of martial artists coming to watching this fight. I know a lot of Muay Thai circle, a lot of fans, Muay Thai fans, gonna come watching this particular fight between you and him. That'd be awesome. So now, if people want to get a hold of you, how can people contact you to buy tickets to watching you fight?
You can hit me up on Instagram. It's Dominic space versus, like a VS in capital letters. I don't really use Facebook that much, but I think I'm on there as well as Dominic Sumner, something like that. Or you can always, one of those methods is probably alright.
Any special loved ones, coaches, training partners that help you prepare for this upcoming fight that you want to shout out to?
Or just all the teammates at AK. That's my main place that I train, and the coaches there, Coach Ron, Coach Clint, and my friend Ivan for always helping me out. And Andrew Sanchez, my boy.
That's awesome. Now, if your opponent, Charles Rodriguez, watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
I respect him, and as I said before, I admire him. I like his style. So I know it's gonna be a good fan-friendly fight, and that he has a large following, and that he probably has more fans than me, most likely. And I think that's a good matchup, and it's going to be exciting for everyone involved.
How do you see this fight? If you want to go your way, how do you see this fight's gonna go your way?
Probably a striking affair, most likely, and I like to. I'm not really a power guy. I'm more of a volume guy. I like break you down over time. So I like the time. The MMA is longer rounds, and that the fight progressive over time. Like a long. Like a story.
On top of that, it's going to be a 4-ounce gloves, and this is something. This is something I think Charles never really been experienced before. I know you have a good amount of amateur fight, also a good amount of pro fights, and you've been through the 5-minute round, you've been through wars, and you've been to heat with the 4-ounce gloves, and you also been hitting with somebody with your 4-ounce gloves. So definitely a little different than the 12-ounce.
Certainly.
So yeah. So now, any last word you want to say to anyone else?
No, not really. Just thanks everyone on in my martial arts journey who's helped me out in training and stuff, and everyone at AKA, all the coaches, all that stuff.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't really have any sponsors at this time, but if you're interested, in that or in getting a ticket, just hit me up and we'll sort it out.
That's awesome. Now, for more upcoming this fight card layout and the lineup, please check out MMA, DragonHouseMMA.com. This event is a live stream pay-per-view nationwide. So if you cannot make it to the event, make sure you guys order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com and subscribe my YouTube channel. Give me love and support. The event after March 26th, it's going to be May 28th. And then August 20th, we're going back to Cow Palace. And then the last show of the year, November 12th, we'll go back to Keysar again. So please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Dragon_House_MMA. And then all the fighters out there want to participate in the future event, make sure you guys DM me. You guys know how to get a hold of me. And I'm Zhong signing out. And it's good to have Dominic Sumner and participate on this upcoming exciting fight card. Don't miss it out. Good to have you on board, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.